Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake, the important one.
And this is Jake Reads Your Comments number...
I don't know. I didn't prep for this. Opti-Free Express, everyday comfort.
Every day we stray further from God's light. Anyway, here's the comments that Jake's gonna make fun of.
What are you talking about? It feels good on your eyes, Hugo.
Oh God, don't. Oh God, no one wants to see that.
It's just. Fuck.
Okay.
You got. I'm gonna have a watery eye for this whole. God damn it. Mistakes.
The first comment comes from the I'm Not Ashamed review. Hi there, says, here I was waiting for this video, feeling strange that it wasn't coming up, but then I realized that YouTube unsubscribed me from you.
This is actually really funny, because obviously this has been a problem. We've talked about it before. That's not what this is about. What this is about is the YouTube algorithm is so fucked that it's unsubscribed my mom from our channel. My mother got unsubscribed. She's like, I can't figure it out, Jakey. She's very illiterate when it comes to technology of all kinds. But my mom got unsubscribed. So YouTube, fuck you, man.
I know.
My mom actually watches the show.
And they made that one video months ago when it started being a problem. Like, we didn't detect a problem. It's still a fucking problem.
You don't detect it. We're telling you about it. Consider it detected.
This is again from our I'm Not Ashamed review. Edward True? I don't know how to... I'm going to say True.
True.
They didn't wear trench coats, they wore dusters. I wear a duster, and I get complimented all the time on it. Okay, Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You don't get complimented on it all the time. 100% you don't. No one who wears those... The only reason you would get complimented is because they're trying to suck your dick a little bit so you don't shoot them. It has nothing to do with that. Oh, that's obviously a good fashion choice. Come on.
The only compliment one should get about a duster is, oh, you're looking good. I see you got rid of the duster.
Yeah, basically. The only time I've ever been excited about a duster was like Red Dead Redemption. When you like earned the different ones. That's the best I can do for you. One time in a video game, I was like, oh, that actual cowboy looks okay in a duster.
If you're not either about to shoot up a school or you are in the Matrix, you should not be wearing any sort of coat that goes that low on your body. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Or if you're a celebrity, apparently they get a pass on whatever. Bjork literally wore like a swan thing once, and nobody was like, the fuck, Bjork? Everyone was like, oh, it's Bjork. That makes sense.
Being attractive helps, by the way. If you're attractive, you can wear whatever because you're everyone wants to fuck you. So
can we fucking hold the phone for a second? Are you drinking a fucking Smirnoff Ice screwdriver?
I don't think that's the discussion we were having.
I think that's exactly the discussion we were having. You're a 15-year-old girl trying to get good dick.
That good Sunny D flavored dick.
Jesus Christ.
It really does taste closer to Sunny D than orange juice.
You're a disappointment.
This is from our Ray Comfort's Evolution v God review. Michael Medley, each and every one of you atheists in here, presumed comma, God is going to shut you clowns down and that mocking you do is going to stop. Y'all, that's how you know it's real serious. Going to get a rude awakening when you see that God does exist, ellipses, and there is a heaven and a hell, and Satan has you going to hell with him for eternity, ellipses. You're going to be in a nightmare that you will not wake from, ellipses. But yeah, have fun with that. You on your own with that one. I assume we meant your. When God is done judging you, at that moment, you're going to realize that you're going to hell for eternity, ellipses. This guy seems like a nice guy that you would want to hang out with.
No, I don't really have anything to say to this. I just wanted you guys to cringe for a little bit. That's hilarious. That's the best. That's amazing. Like, what am I going to say to him? No, I'm not. Okay. You know, you get it. You get where I come from. I guess we could do a test. Smite me, God, if you're real, you pussy. Oh, still just a neckbeard. Living. The fact you should be smited for that fucking drink. There is no humanly excuse for that. There's no.
If I had any self-respect, do you think I'd be here?
That doesn't explain me, so I don't even know if that's a good excuse on your part. I have this pet stain remover. I was cleaning the carpets. I'm thinking about drinking it now.
Next one. This comes from the video where we were talking to Kyle Kalinske about his new organization, Justice Democrats, which is basically the more left part of the Democratic Party taking over from more corporate Democrats. But that's fairly irrelevant to the actual comment. Take the King says, having a minimum wage is just cancer. So I'm already against the Justice Democrats. More for them than normal Democrats, but still not fond of them.
Okay. The minimum wage is in place to prevent things like borderline slave labor. Now, being an actual slave is unconstitutional, but you could pay a person 1 penny to do a thing and it would be considered not slavery. This is to make sure that if you work, you get compensated for that work at a wage that keeps everybody else honest. So that, like, we don't have pockets of society that are just beyond destitute. This isn't... I also don't understand how the minimum wage is a negative, especially at where it's at right now. It doesn't cost businesses that much to do it. It doesn't make any economic sense. Like, this is clearly a person who, like, they're an anarcho-capitalist because they took fucking, I don't know, Econ 101, and they're a freshman in their local community college, but they haven't had to work for it because they live with mom and dad still. Like, there's no possible way you can have this thought and be a competent thinking person.
How far into Atlas Shrugged do you think they got? I bet they got into chapter. Yeah, I think they got like halfway through and were like, I got it. I get the gist.
Gonna watch the movies. Atlas Shrugged 2.
I was at the video store the other day, and there's apparently a part 3. I didn't even realize part 2 had come out because that movie was so not well received. Then you can talk about Ayn Rand and her philosophies all you want. I think they're a lot of bullshit, but at least I get where... Here's the thing. Ayn Rand came from a place... I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was a place where communism was a huge thing. It might have been, was it Russia or one of the Soviet bloc states? I don't know. So I kind of get why she would overreact and her philosophy would go absolutely the opposite. I get that. But like, if you're like a 16-year-old in your basement playing Xbox and you think that absolute no regulation on business whatsoever is a good idea, I don't get that.
You obviously haven't at all studied the Industrial Revolution, especially not the American side of that. Or the conditions of workers in other countries where there is no minimum wage.
You know how labor had to work, just post-industrial revolution to get the rights that we have now, and so many have already been stripped away with the deunionization of the workforce? And you can argue all you want. Unions can do shady shit too. Yeah, but so does the business. The entire point is to keep them at odds at each other so that one can never fully fuck the other one. But now...
Right.
Without unions, not an economic...
And by the way, picking, Justice Democrats are for the minimum wage. Almost everyone but Gary Johnson and his best friend, also named Gary, are the people that want a minimum wage. Like, there's like 3 of you. You're one of them.
Yeah, even the Republicans, even most of the GOP, which is obviously, how they are, they'll argue that the minimum wage should be lower or stay where it is, but I don't think I've seen a single mainstream Republican absolutely say the minimum wage should not exist. Although Donald Trump did at one point have a blurb where he thinks it should be lower or some such thing, but he changes what he says like on a daily basis, so it's best just not to listen to anything that comes out of his mouth. So this is from the last Ask Hugo. Cameron Meyer says, this one is pointed at Jake. Sorry, Hugo.
I didn't poach one. Technically, this was addressed to me.
Also, did losing one O and one R really save you that much time? Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll find one for you soon, baby cakes. Anyway, since your girlfriend has kids and all, and I imagine that since your sparkling personality probably drops panties, hopefully you'll stay together and all that, or you'll have kids of your own. As one of the few people I know inside the skeptic community who is currently raising kids, when you let your kids know of your content, would you restrict them from watching you in particular, or would you kind of let them maybe figure it out on their own? Good question.
It is a good question. The first half of it, I almost clicked off to a different comment, but you regrouped and you brought it back to a point. So good for you. I like that he called you baby cakes. That's the first thing. Second thing, my girlfriend does have children. There are 3 of them. That sounds like a lot because it is. It's a whole fuck ton. They're great though. They're some of the most well-behaved kids in the whole world, and, which is surprising because they still fuck up all the time. Like kid fuck ups, not like they're actually like burning shit down. They're just like, I fucking didn't wash my hands after I pooped. And you're like, oh, thank you for touching my face, child. But anyways, they all have tablets right now. The youngest is 3. She's garbage at it, but there's some word games and stuff. It's for learning mostly. But 6, who is almost 7, Jesus Christ, I'm getting old as shit. By the way, I found out that when you are around kids a lot or a primary caretaker of children, you gauge your elderliness on their existence. So I'm old. Anyways, he is all about the internet. He watches YouTubers all the time. He doesn't watch like Markiplier and PewDiePie and stuff. He watches like other shit that he chirps in my ear that I don't have any care for because it's Minecraft gaming bullshit that I don't like. And I'm glad he likes it because it's actually not like sweary and stuff. But he knows that I am a YouTuber. He knows that this is my job. He can see all the equipment all the time. He knows that I'm in here. He knows that I record sometimes. Like when he's home, he knows, all of them do. But he's more acutely aware of what a YouTuber actually is. And he's actually looked for me literally this last week. And he didn't know what to search for because I'm not going to tell him. Because this is clearly not for children. He typed Jake into the search bar. That's so great, right? That's so funny.
Yeah.
For some people, they're like, oh, that's cute. And other people are like, he's dumb as shit. But no, it made sense because I don't like wear my TBR stuff around. And his grandparents are religious, which is the biggest issue, in my opinion. Like, if he absorbs that information, we'd have to tell him not to swear and it'd be okay. But his grandparents, who he stays with a lot, are very religious. And if he picks up, like, he's already burned them real bad. Like, because we don't believe in, obviously, anything. He said before, like, you want to know a joke? And I go, yeah. He goes, ha, God. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that kid's fucking savage. But if he got a hold of our content and then started saying shit out loud, bad news. So no, not going to let them, if they figure it out, okay, and then we'll have a talk, but I'm not going to lead them to it.
I know
I am acutely aware of our, we should not be accessible to children.
The thing is, too, you laugh at him typing Jake, but if he ever figured out you do it with Hugo, if he types in Hugo and Jake, then he gets you.
He knows, I mean, you've seen him before. Sometimes we'll be recording and he'll walk in or whatever, or one of the other ones will walk in. Like, I'm trying not to call them their names, because at the request of their mother, but 5 walked in the other day and stood in the doorway over here and just stared. Just creepy stared. Because that's what children do. Yeah. They be creepy.
I'm just saying, as he gets a little bit older to like 6, 7, he'll connect that dot.
Well, he's 6. He's almost 7.
Oh,
he'll be 7 in June. His birthday's actually right after mine, day after. Yeah, I mean, we're in the ballpark to where he's gonna find me. Hopefully he finds it very boring because there's not a Minecraft on the screen and I'm not screaming at his face like, oh, isn't this amazing? But we should do that. We'd probably be very rich.
Again, from our I'm Not Ashamed review, Farts and Wind. Ooh, Trogdor avatar. I like it. older internet memes. Jake was 7 in the late 90s. Don't take his word on any of that. I was well into my early teens and can tell you for sure that the cool kids were possibly breaking into pools. I was playing Diablo.
I wasn't 7 in the late 90s. In 1999, I was 11 years old. I also was in my early teens. Or tweens, if you don't count that. So, I mean, I was right there. I was very socially aware. I was not playing Diablo because we had a Dell and it was garbage. As far as the kids breaking into pools, I didn't grow up in a neighborhood, if that makes sense. I grew up in the literal woods. Now that sounds like, Jake's a fucking wolf person. There were villages or towns, but no cities nearby. Hugo knows exactly what I'm talking about. He lives just outside of that area now. But I was 15 minutes away from the nearest store where I grew up, and we lived on 14 acres in between two farms. You had to drive into the woods a good 200 yards to get to my house. So I didn't play with other kids unless I rode my bike 4 miles to my friend Jim and Ryan's house, who they lived across the street from each other. So we didn't break in anything. We did, however, throw snowballs at a guy on a motorcycle once and hit him, and he got very angry because we hit him right in his face.
I mean, you could have killed him if he was how fast was he
driving? He was riding a snow. He was literally driving a motorcycle while there was snow on the ground. That's on him. That's on him. I still don't feel bad about that shit. Also, we ran away, and he couldn't find us.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah. We also did that thing where you dig a hole in someone's yard, and they get really mad because, holy shit, turns out that yards are hard to maintain. I do feel bad about that one now, as a person with a yard now. So, sorry, bro. Wasn't me? It was kind of me. I definitely had a shovel at one point.
This comes from a review of Do You Believe? I can already tell this is going to be golden. Mr. Gamer, considering the fact that you show no valid proof to anything, it's all smoke up the ass. As always, same shit, different day. Rude comments don't work on the cold-hearted. That's the wonderful thing about Scorpio is we I assume you meant smell. We smell bullshit a mile away. I also want to add judging by your diminutive... Holy shit. I also want to add judging by your diminutive stature in your profile. That tells me all I need to know. Come back when you dumbass atheists are on national news. It will never happen. Devil emoji. Why? Bunch of exclamation marks. No proof. 3 exclamation marks and a semicolon. I love how these idiots babble aimlessly. It's hilarious. No actual or factual proof has ever been proven. Bottom line, in the end, you are all talk and smoke up the ass. P.S. You are gonna need a bigger boat. Devil emoji. Stupid minorities. Devil emoji. This has to be satire. There's no way this is a real person.
Yeah. So I thought that, and that's why I grabbed it, because I didn't know if it was a troll or not, which means it's either really good or really trash. The semicolon actually is one of the things that got me, but so I clicked on this person's profile before grabbing this comment because I wanted to look, and they have 2 videos, and I'm the only person that's ever watched them. They both have 1 view. That was me. He didn't even watch them himself. They're both like 8 seconds long, and it says like, hey, I'm going to stream something. There's no link to a stream. There's no stream on the actual YouTube channel. Maybe he didn't archive it. I have no idea. And there's no comments. I was the only... I don't know what's... I looked for other comments. He doesn't usually do this. I can't... So, I don't know. But I like that he called us short minorities. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, the apostrophe down there on minorities means it's a possessive. So, the minorities possess the devil emoji.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, if you want to go see this guy's great YouTube channel, please, Mr. Gamer, do it up.
And holy shit, I found this too. After we recorded this is just an extra bit. Rodriguez dares to mock people when in reality he has demonstrated no proof or thought-provoking evidence. It is like I always said, same bullshit, different day. You didn't make that saying up. I would also surmise, judging by your short-term grammar, it would lead me to conclude, period, you're a hood rat, in proper your, devil emoji, unlike you minorities who talk about God more than religious people 24/7, would lead me to conclude you morons are conflicted. You want to win an argument, dumbass, you need substantial valid proof. If you don't have it, shut the fuck up! Oh, I love you, internet. I love you.
And then finally, this was on our I'm Not Ashamed video. We had a little cameo at the end of Brad Jones, the cinema snob. And Rockin' Jenna says, you guys have such a man crush on Brad. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I had to pick it. Rockin' Jenna.
Nice.
You're trash. As far as the man crush on Brad, a little bit, yeah. Hugo's more of a man crush. You and Brad are more, I wouldn't say friends, but you're certainly very friendly acquaintances.
We're
it's not like you guys go hang out.
We're in the same line of work. We've talked. Brad seems like a really nice guy. Honestly, it's because years ago, long before we did YouTube, this is actually his 10-year anniversary. He just did a video with his new theme song because he's been doing this for 10 years. So I've been watching him long before I've been doing this. So just, through doing this, I got to talk to him. I just think it's a cool thing. So, and also we review like a lot of the same movies. So when we do a review he's already done, I feel the need a little bit to be like, hey, Brad did it. Here's a link because I like his stuff. Also, I want to fuck him.
Yeah, and the cameo was actually that was a mistake. Hugo had intended to get Brad like beforehand, and maybe he'd do like a short thing at the beginning or something, but we had forgotten we had already done the review, so he hadn't reacted to anything he was going to say, because that would have been fake as fuck. So he's like, I guess, what if we add him at the end? And we sat there for a minute. It'd be funny if he was just pissed off he didn't get to do a thing. So maybe in part 2, which will be Friday, he'll do a thing with us.
Maybe I haven't thought of. I don't know what would be funny for a sequel bit, but I don't know. That I did. By the way, I Facebook messaged or Twitter DM'd him, whatever, like that day to ask him to do that real quick, and he did. He did it. He sat down, he did it real quick, and he had shit to go do. He had to go do his midnight movie or midnight screenings thing, right after.
That's really cool of Brad.
So he's like beyond like I'm a fan of him, which I am. He's a really nice guy who is willing to help people out. So
and also he has a nice cat.
Multiple cats. I like Lloyd best.
I only like Lloyd. Fuck the other cats. The other one, Chloe or something?
Yes, Chloe. Why do I know his cat's names? Lloyd makes sense. He mentions Lloyd more, but I'm garbage. Maybe I do have a man crush on him and I don't realize it. I don't know. Anyway, that's all the comments for today. So,
yeah, that's it.
I would say comment more, but I mean do that. But Jake's gonna get them from wherever. So, whatever.
Yeah. I would mind hear more, but sometimes they're not very good.
So, I guess that's it. You can always follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
You can follow Hugo Reloaded. You could also subscribe to the channel and click the clickety-clacks at the end and do Patreon. And we got stuff for that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then the hangout. And then we do that. And then we I don't know how to disengage with these people, Hugo.
It doesn't.
Do we just cut the cord?
I can't imagine it makes a difference. So until next time, Hugo.
Jake
reads whatever the fuck bullshit he pulled out of his ass.
My eyes feel dry.
Ugh. No. I have a thing about eyes. I can't.
Oh, so much better. It's not better. It's just not better.